Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we are going to do a problem that is called maximum sum triplet. So you're given an array containing n integers. You need to find maximum sum of triplet such that I is less than j is less than k and a of I is less than a of j is less than a of k. So you have to basically find those in order. Let's try to take an example to understand. Suppose this is the array. So you can try to list many such triplets, right? For example, one such triplet will be 149 because 1 is less than 4 and 4 is less than 9 and they are also in increasing order. So sum of this triplet will be 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 9 is 14. But can we do better? Can we try to find some triplet which is better than this? What about the triplet 2, 3, 4? 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. This is worse. Let's try some other triplet. Maybe some triplet 2, 4, 9. 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 9 is 15. This also follows the pattern 2 is less than 4 and 4 is less than 9. Okay, but this is not the best. The best triplet is 2, 5, 9 in this case. 2 is less than 5, 5 is less than 9 and the sum is maximum. 2 plus 5 plus 9, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 plus 2 is 16. This is the best possible sum that you can get. Okay, how do we reach to the answer? So let's think of the brute force approach. So in the brute force approach, you are basically writing three for loops, right? So you're trying to fix one element, then fix the second element, and then iterate through the remaining elements and try the best possible triplet, right? So that will be O of n cube solution. So that will be worst. Okay, let's try to think of some other better solution than the O of n cube solution. Maybe try considering each element, right? Let's say you fix this particular element. Okay, now fix this element, try to find the best possible on the left side, try to find the best possible on the right side. Okay, so this solution will be better. So this solution, in this solution, let's say you are fixing 3. Now the best on the left side that you can find, which is smaller than 3, is 2, right? So you can take 2. If you are taking 3, you have to take a number less than 3. So on the left side, the best that you can find is 2. On the right side, the best you can find is 9. Okay. On the right side, you can try taking 4 also, but that is not the best. The best is 9. So 2 is less than 3 and 3 is less than 9. And the answer that you have is 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 9 is 14. Okay. But again, in this case, what will be the time complexity? The time complexity is going to be O of n square, right? Because for each element, you are iterating over the entire array once completely, right? Because you are going to the left, to the right. So for each element, you are iterating n over the entire array once. So n times for all the n elements. So it will be O of n square. But can we do something better than this? So the best solution is, in this case, which is of O of n log n. And what is that solution? See, the solution is simple. And that solution is, okay, let's discuss that solution, which is O of n log n. For the right side, you have to find, we can use a array, right? We can use a array, we can use a suffix array for finding the best on the right side. So for example, let's build the suffix array, okay, which will denote what is the most or what is the biggest element you have seen till now on the right side. So if you start from the right side, the biggest element is 9. For this entire array, the suffix array will just be 9 because we are never seeing an element greater than 9, right? So the suffix array simply is consisting of the element 9. Okay, so this is simply the answer. So in the suffix array, you are building the element that you have seen maximum, right? Let's try to take some other example of suffix array. Suppose you have the element 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, something like this. What will be the suffix array? In this case, the right suffix array will be, so you're just trying to find the maximum element from the right side. Okay, so initially it will be 4, it will be 4. Once you see 5, it will become 5. So this will be the right suffix array, right? So at each case, it is denoting the maximum element that you have seen on the right side. Okay, so this is how we build a suffix array. So first of all, we'll build the suffix array. Okay, for example, we have built the suffix array. In this case, the suffix array is very simple. It will just consist of all 9. Okay, this is the first step of the solution. Now the second step is to find the best possible case from the left side, because see, what do you want? You want sum of 3 elements, right? So you are fixing the element as the middle element. You are finding the best element on the left side and you are finding the best element on the right side, and you are trying to find the maximum sum, right? On the right side, we can use a simple suffix array to find the best sum. Okay. And what about the left side? How will you find the best from the left side? Now this is where we have a very interesting approach. Okay. And that approach is simple. Okay. So let us see that approach. So what we are going to do for the left side, we are going to store elements in a set. Okay. So we see the first element, we put it in the set. Next we see the next element, we put it in the set. Okay. Now next when we see the next element, right? So till now 2 and 5 are in the set. Now when you see the element, okay, this is your ith iteration, this is your ith iteration, and a of I is 3. Now in this element, you have to find the best on the left, right? So you can simply iterate in the set. Now set will store the element in ascending order. Okay. Set will store the element in ascending order. So you can, so first of all we will insert the element 3. Okay, we will insert the element 3. Now in the set, we already had 2 and 5. We are also inserting 3. Okay. Now just find the element which is just previous to this element in the set, because set is storing the elements in the ascending order. So set will give you the best element on the left side. So element that is just smaller. By best element on the left side, I just mean the element which is just smaller than this element. So if you are storing elements in the ascending order, you can easily find out this element, right? You can find out this element which is just previous to this element. So for 3, if you look up in the set, you will get the answer 2, right? You will get the answer 2. So 3 is your element, and if you look up in the set, best you will get 2. And you will get 9 from the suffix array which we just built previously. So for this particular case, the best you can do is 2 plus 3 plus 9, right? The best triplet sum you can get is 2 plus 3 plus 9. Okay. Let's try to build the solution from the beginning now. If we have understood the solution, we'll do a dry run of the solution and then we'll write the code. Okay. So what we are doing, we are doing 2 steps, right? First step is we are building the suffix array to find the maximum that we have seen on the right side. Okay, so this is why we are building suffix array. Second, for finding the best on the left side, we are going to use a set data structure which will store the elements in ascending order. So what is the advantage of this? You will get a time complexity which will be O of n log n, because what is happening in the set, when you are putting the element in the left side, right, it will do a binary search and it will find where to place your element, and it will do a search, binary search, and it will find the position of your element, right? And then you can place it in log n time, and then for each of the n elements, so it will be O of n log n. Okay, so now let's do a dry run of the code. So first we will insert this element in the set. So as of now, set contains the element 2. Now we put the element 5. So once we have put the element 5, for this element, we will find the element which is just smaller than it in the set, right? So when you have inserted the element and then you are trying to find this particular element in the set. So set is storing in ascending order. So you will be able to do that in log n time, and then you will just take the previous element. So previous element is 2. Okay. For this element, just previous element which is smaller than it is 2, and the element which is larger than it is 9. This we can find from the suffix array. So as of now, our answer will be 2 plus 5 plus 9. Okay. 2 plus 5 plus 9 is 16. So in this case, the answer will be 16. Now you will do the same case for all the particular elements. So let's quickly finish it for all the elements. Next case, your element is 3, right? So this will be in your set. You will try to take the previous value, which is 2. 2 plus 3 plus 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 is not greater than 16. So we can just move forward. Okay. So you can just move forward to the next iteration. So the next iteration, you will get 1. Now you will try to find out if there is any element smaller than 1. First of all, you will place 1 in set. There is no element smaller than 1. So in this set, you can never find an answer taking the element 1, right? Because there is no element smaller than 1. Okay. In this particular case, 2, 5 and 3 all are greater than 1. So you cannot find an answer with 1. Okay. So we will just simply move forward. So let's try to take the next element 4. Now we will first of all insert 4 in the set. So we will insert 4. This will become the set, right? We already had previous 4 elements. We are also inserting 4. So this will become the set. Now for this, you can simply look up in the set and the answer will be 3. Okay. So 3 is the smallest element I mean 3 is the best element which is just smaller than 4. That's it. The element that is just previous to 4, because that will give the maximum value. So you will try to take 3 plus 4 plus 9. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 9 is 16. Right? So in this case, this is also one possible solution, but already we have 16. This is also one of the possible solutions. Okay. So this is the simple logic, and now let's move forward to coding this. So I have taken a lot of time to solve this problem, but yeah, okay, it's a important problem. Let's move forward to coding it. So in this case, first we are building the right suffix array. Okay. In this case, let's build a right suffix array. And how will we build that? That is simple, right? So first of all, we will take the size, int n is equal to a dot size, and now we will start iterating from the end. So I is equal to n minus 1, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. So we are iterating from the end, and we are trying to build a suffix array. So if I is equal to n minus 1, in that case there will be no element on the right side to compare. So you can simply so this is our suffix array. So you can simply take that element itself. So right of I will simply become equal to a of I, because there is no element to compare, right? It is the greatest element which we have seen till now. Else you can compare it, right? So right of I will be equal to max of right of I plus 1 comma a of I. So for example, when you are trying to build the suffix array, right? Let's say 1, 3, 5, 2. Okay, so we'll start from the end. Suppose this is your array. We'll start from the end. Okay, so initially your suffix array just has 2. Now you will come to this particular iteration. You're iterating from the reverse, right? So now you have seen 5. You will compare 5 with 2. This is your right array. Let me write it. This is your right array. And this is your A, right? This is the array that you have. So you'll compare 5 with 2. Now you can notice that 5 is greater than 2. So this will become 5, right? And all the elements will have 5, because you will compare 3 with 5. 3 is greater, 3 is not greater than 5. So it will be 5. You will compare 1 with 5. Again 5 is greater. So 5 will become the element in the suffix array. So this will be your suffix array that you will build. Okay? So this is the simple logic. Let me delete this, and now we'll move forward. This we have done for finding the best on right side. Now we'll try to find the best on left side. So best on left side. So let us start iterating again. For int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So we will simply take a set structure. It will store the elements in ascending order. That is sufficient for us. So we will insert the current element, right? Set a of I. We have inserted the element. Now we want to compare the element with the previous value. So we will not start from I equal to 0, because we will never get a case for I equal to 0, right? It will be the first element. So we will take from I equal to 1, and we will insert the first element. So s dot insert a of I, a of 0. Now we will start building the array from the I equal to 1 element. Now first of all we will insert the element in the set. Okay. For example, let's take this example itself, which we were taking 253149, right? So 253149. This is your array. So when you are iterating over the first element, your set just has the element 2. Okay. Now you are seeing the element 5 for the first time. So you will push it in the set. Now once you have pushed it in the set, you have to just find the element which is previous to it, which is just smaller than it, right? So you will try to find it. So s dot find, you will try to find your own element. If you try to find your own element, iterator will come here, right? Iterator will come at this step. So you have to just find the element which is previous to it, right? So your current element is a of I. Okay? The element which is to the left of it, right? The element which is to the left of it will simply be so suppose your iterator is at 5. The element which is previous to it will be at 2, right? So just take minus of IT, so it will point towards 2, right? It will point towards 2. And for getting the value, you can use the star operator. So this will give you 2, right? This is 2 and this is 5. Okay. And now how do you find 9? You find 9 from just the suffix I. So right of I. Okay. Now you have to compare this sum. So we'll declare a answer variable, let's say int answer, and we can say answer is equal to 0. We'll compare this with the answer. So max of answer comma this. Okay. If this is greater than, if the sum of these three elements is greater than answer, then this will become your answer. Okay. And finally you can return answer. Now there is one important thing which we have to do before we submit the solution, and that solution is, now let's say you are trying to find this element, and if you don't have a previous element at all, right? So in that case you cannot take this, right? This will give an error. So if suppose the smallest element, let's say we are trying to find one, right? Let's say we have reached this iteration, these three elements are there in the set. Now you are trying to find the element which is just smaller than 1. So in this case there will be no answer, right? So you have to give a if condition. If it, okay, not equal to s dot begin, because if your iterator, let's say you have put 1 in the set. Now your iterator is here at 1, there is no element which is to the previous of it, because 1 is the smallest element, right? So if it is equal to s dot begin, you will never get this value, right? So you need to put this condition. Also you need to put one more condition. Now right of I, what if, let's say you're looking at element, okay, 9 in this particular case. If you're looking at element 9 itself, in this case you'll never get an element which is to the right side of it, right? So in this particular case you can simply give a condition, right of I not equal to a of I, because if this is the greatest element, if right of I is equal to a of I, means it is the greatest element which we have seen till now, right? In that particular case, if you will not have a solution, because there will be no element greater on the right side, right? And you need an element greater on the right side to follow the triplet condition. So you can give these two conditions and we can return answer. Let me try to test and see if it's working. So it's fine. Let's just submit the solution and see if it's working for all the test cases. So it's working. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening.